Here's the truth. The problem isn't you, it's the plan. If you've ever tried to get fit and felt like you were doing everything right, but still not seeing the results you were looking for, you're not alone. Up to 80% of people quit before they ever see progress. Honestly, I've made those same exact mistakes too. You start motivated, follow a plan, and go all in, only to burn out or hit a wall. Most plans ask too much, too soon, or just don't fit your actual life. And in this video, I'm going to walk through a system that works for many of my patients step by step. If I had to start over today, here's exactly what I would do and why it actually works. Not by relying on motivation or willpower, but by following a simple system that helps people stay consistent and finally see real change. I'll show you how to start small, build momentum, and focus on the few things that actually move the needle. Smarter workouts, better food choices, real recovery, and long-term consistency. Even if you've got a busy schedule, even if progress has been slow, by the end of this video, you'll have a clear, realistic plan to transform your body without burning out. Hey, I'm Dr. Perry Lee. I'm a triple board certified physician in obesity medicine, emergency medicine, and lifestyle medicine. I've also helped thousands of busy people make smarter health choices using easy, proven strategies that actually work. My goal is to help you lose weight, feel better, and perform at your best so you can live your best life. Now, before we begin, just a quick disclaimer. While I am a doctor, I'm not your doctor, and this video is for general information only. It doesn't replace medical advice, so please talk to your own doctor before making any major health decisions. The first step is the one that is by far the most important and yet also the most overlooked. Let's have an honest talk, because if you're like most people, you've tried to get fit at least once before. Perhaps it lasted only a few weeks, maybe even a couple months, but at some point it fizzled out. You got tired, life got busy, and you just stopped. That's not because you're lazy, it's because you probably went too hard, too fast. When you overhaul your entire lifestyle overnight, working out 6 days a week, cutting out all sugar, meal prepping every Sunday, it feels powerful at first, but that intensity burns out. Your brain and body weren't ready for that level of change, and without a system that fits your real life, motivation alone won't save you. So here's why this is important. Success in fitness doesn't come from willpower, it comes from consistency. And the one way to stay consistent is to start small, small enough that it feels doable even on your worst days. See, habits stick better when they're simple. A 2010 study found that forming a habit takes approximately 66 days on average, and the simpler it is, the faster it becomes ingrained. And most people quit because they overdo it. Research also indicates that early overtraining can lead to increased demotivation and an increased risk for injury, ultimately causing you to stop. Sustainable weight loss is gradual. People who lose 1 to 2 pounds per week through small, steady changes are more likely to maintain their weight loss long term. So it's great if you're fired up and super motivated right now. But if you burn through that motivation too fast, what's your plan for week 3 when you're exhausted? For now, consciously go under your limit and keep it fun, so you stay excited to come back. Many of my patients do it by starting slow, with 2 short workouts a week. Walking counts, and if you're feeling extra motivation, spread that around by adding in one nutrition rule, like eating protein with every meal. Please keep it simple. That's it. You absolutely will still make progress this way, because this time you'll stick with it. Progress that doesn't disappear in a month is what matters. Missing a workout or starting over again doesn't matter. That's part of the process. What you want to avoid is quitting or stopping altogether. Not many things are more important than your health. If you can, pick it back up the next day if you skip. No guilt, and it won't take forever to see results. In fact, you will feel better faster than you realized, with more energy, better sleep, and less stress. And those wins come way before the physical ones. So here's something you can do today. Pick one movement, like a 15-minute walk or a basic YouTube video workout. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as you can repeat it. Figure out where in your schedule you can prioritize it, and I recommend starting with 2 to 3 times a week. The goal is consistency, not overdoing it, so you keep coming back. If you want to layer in another habit, then pick one food change, something small, like no soda, or eat something green once a day. Write it down, track it, and please keep it simple. The bottom line is this: if you want results that actually last, start small enough that you'll never stop. Jumping in too fast leads to burnout. Start with manageable workouts and minor dietary adjustments to help your new habits stick. Think long term, not a quick fix. But here's where most people unknowingly sabotage everything. Related to what we just talked about, we tend to set goals that are way too big, too fast, and honestly just not realistic. This is important because deep down, if your goals feel impossible, you're gonna give up. And not because you're lazy, but because your brain is wired to shut down when something feels too overwhelming or too far away. Setting realistic goals that are broken down gives your brain a sense of accomplishment. It creates momentum, it makes the whole process feel doable. Think about it. Would you rather aim to lose 50 pounds or just lose 1 pound this week? One is big and intimidating, the other feels clear and smaller. See, significant transformations don't come from one massive push. They come from hundreds of small steps you actually follow through on. Chunking goals can improve follow-through. A psychology study found that breaking large goals into smaller sub-goals improves motivation and completion rates. People tend to stick to goals that feel achievable. Another study showed that participants were significantly more likely to follow through with behavior change when the goals were specific, realistic, and time-bound. And dopamine responds to small wins. Even neuroscience research shows that completing small, clear goals trigger dopamine release, which reinforces motivation. So aiming to keep your motivation high is great, as long as the daily steps still feel doable. If the goal feels too far away, it can backfire and kill your motivation. If you don't know what a realistic goal is, start with where you are now. If you're not working out at all, setting a goal of just 2 days a week is a great starting point. Going from nothing to something is progress in itself. You should still set the big vision for a direction, but use smaller milestones to slowly guide you there. Think of it like driving cross-country with lots of rest stops. And if you miss a small goal, don't get discouraged. Think of small goals as experiments, not tests you get graded on. It's only an issue if you see it as a failure. Ensure that you track, learn, and adjust to keep moving forward. It's essential to track these smaller goals. Use whatever method works for you. A notebook, a habit tracker app, calendar, or even sticky notes. The key is making progress visible. Here's things you can do right now. Pick one big goal. Maybe it's losing 10 pounds in the next 3 months, building strength to do 10 full push-ups, or fitting in your favorite pair of jeans again. Then break it down into something you can achieve in 7 days. For example, walk 20 minutes after dinner 5 days this week, or eat a protein-rich breakfast most mornings. Then please write it down and make it visible. Track it and celebrate when you check it off. Repeat this every single week and you'll be shocked at how fast it adds up. The bottom line is this: big results come from small goals you actually follow through on, one clear step at a time. Set a long-term vision, then break it down into small, trackable wins. Progress becomes easier and more motivating to see. Before we move on, this is the one piece you absolutely can't skip. If you want to stay motivated, you want to see that what you're doing is working. It helps to track your progress visually and emotionally. Let me explain. Because when you're working on your body, change happens slowly. So slowly that some days you'll look in the mirror and wonder if anything is happening at all. That applies even if you weigh yourself every day. And that's when people give up. Not because it's not working, but because they can't see that it is working. Beyond the scale, progress photos and emotional check-ins make the difference. You start noticing little wins, like my face looks less puffy today, I've got more energy in the morning, or my clothes just seem to fit better. These things are real, and they're way more powerful than just the number on the scale. See, the scale isn't the whole story. Studies show that weight doesn't reflect fat loss or muscle gain accurately, especially in the first few weeks of training. When you build muscle and lose weight, photos show body composition changes that the scale can't. And visual cues improve your motivation. Psychology research found that visual feedback, like progress photos, enhance self-efficacy and increases commitment to fitness goals. And celebrating small wins can build momentum. Other studies on habit formation found that recognizing daily progress, no matter how small, can boost your motivation and your emotional well-being. Look, you can definitely see progress by not taking photos. I get it. Taking photos of yourself can feel awkward, but you don't have to share them with anyone. Keep them private. They're just for you. But there's a high chance you'll thank yourself later. And taking progress photos every 1 to 2 weeks is perfect. Same lighting, same clothes, same angles. You won't see significant changes every time, but over time, it's powerful. And if you don't see changes in your photos, try and zoom out. Compare over a month or several months, not just week to week. Additionally, consider emotional wins, such as improved sleep, improved strength, reduced bloating. That's all progress too. You can track your weight too, but make it just one data point. Combine it with your photos, how your clothes fit, your energy levels, and your mood. That gives you the whole picture. And when I say tracking emotional wins, every week ask yourself, how do I feel in my body? What felt easier this week? How was my mood? How are my energy levels? What am I proud of? These answers matter just as much as the visual. So here's how to make this easy. Grab your phone, take 3 photos, the front, the side, and the back. Natural light, neutral clothes, just get it done. Now write down how you feel in your body right now. Are you feeling tired, strong, bloated, energized? Whatever it is, capture it. The journal app on your phone is perfect for this, especially when you set up reminders. Do it again the same time next week. Same time, same place, compare, it's all data. And most importantly, celebrate anything positive. A better mood, looser pants, 1 extra push-up, it's all part of the journey. The bottom line is this: tracking your progress both in photos and how you feel is one of the most powerful ways to stay motivated and see just how far you've come along. Seeing results, even the subtle ones, reinforces your effort and keeps your motivation high. If you missed this next point, nothing in this video will matter. I know that sounds dramatic, but it's true. You can train hard, eat ideally, and do everything right, but if you're not sleeping or recovering, your body won't change the way you want it to. Why is this important? Because your results don't come directly from the workouts you do. They come from how well your body recovers after the workout. Sleep and rest are where the magic happens. That's when your muscles repair, that's when fat-burning hormones kick in, that's when your body rebuilds stronger, leaner, and healthier. But if you skip recovery, especially over the long term, you'll feel tired, you'll crave junk food, and you'll lose motivation and maybe even get injured. So if you've been working hard but not seeing results, this just might be the missing piece. See, poor sleep disrupts fat loss and muscle recovery. One study found that people on a calorie-restricted diet who slept only 5.5 hours lost 55% less fat and more muscle compared to those who consistently slept for 8.5 hours. And sleep regulates key hormones that control your weight and hunger. Sleep deprivation increases ghrelin, your hunger hormone, and it decreases leptin, your fullness signal, making you hungrier and more likely to overeat. And overtraining without rest often leads to burnout. A sports health review highlights that the lack of recovery increases the risk of injury, reduces performance, and can lead to overtraining syndrome. So how much sleep do you actually need? Most adults need 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. If you're training hard or under stress, aim for the higher end. However, there are also other things that you can do that count as recovery. Recovery also means taking rest days, encouraging light movements such as walking or stretching, managing stress, staying hydrated, and eating a balanced diet. While you can still work out every day, try and mix it up. Don't lift heavy or do high-intensity training every single day. Try and alternate with active recovery or lighter days. If you live a busy life, you can still take small steps to improve your sleep. Start simple. Set an alarm and create a wind-down routine. Turn off screens an hour before bed. Keep your room cool and dark. And try going to sleep and waking up at the same time every day, even on the weekends. You'll know if you're recovering well by looking for signs like steady energy, better mood, progress in the gym, fewer cravings, and no nagging injuries. If you feel drained or stuck, you might just need more rest. And here's what you can do right now. Pick a sleep time tonight and stick with it. Even just going to bed 30 minutes earlier can make a difference. Take 1 full rest day this week. No intense workouts, light walking, or stretching only. Set a 1-hour wind-down alarm where you turn off your devices, dim the lights, and do something relaxing, like reading, journaling, or taking a warm shower. Track your sleep for a few nights using an app or journal and see how you feel after 7 or more hours of sleep a night. And remember, better sleep means better results, period. The bottom line is this: if you want your body to change, you have to let it rest, because recovery is where fundamental transformation happens. Quality sleep and adequate recovery are essential for achieving fat loss, promoting muscle gain and growth, and maintaining balanced hormones. Ignore this next tip and your progress will stall guaranteed. This is the mistake that keeps people stuck. You go to the gym, do the same workout every time, and wonder why your body isn't changing. It's not because you're not working hard. It's because your body has adapted, and without a new challenge, it has no reason to grow stronger, leaner, or fitter. That's why progressive overload matters, because your body's smart. It gets efficient really quickly. If you lift the same weight or do the same number of reps week after week, your body maintains what it already has. No reason to build more muscle, no reason to burn extra fat. Progressive overload is the principle that keeps your results moving. You gradually increase the demand, whether it's more weight, more reps, more sets, or even just better form. This is how you get stronger, this is how you build lean muscle, this is how you keep improving over time. See, progressive overload drives muscle growth. A review in Sports Medicine confirmed that gradually increasing training volume and intensity is essential to muscular hypertrophy. And adaptation stops without an increased challenge. Research also shows that without progressive overload, strength and muscle mass plateaus, even with consistent training. And small increases create long-term gains. Other studies have shown that even modest weekly increases, like 2.5 to 5% more weight, can improve performance and outcomes over time. So progressive overload means gradually doing more over time. More weight, more reps, more sets, and more control. It's how you keep challenging your body to adapt. But you don't always need to lift heavier every week. Sometimes progress means better form, shorter rests, or squeezing out just one more rep. But yes, adding weight when you can do so with good form is key. If you're brand new to working out, start slow. Focus on consistency and learning proper technique first. Once it feels easy, you can apply progressive overload even by doing bodyweight exercises, like adding additional reps or holding the positions longer. But keep it fun. Don't overexert yourself to the point where you burn out and quit. Something else to know, this will not make you bulky. Getting bulky takes years of heavy lifting, tons of calories, and particular training. Progressive overload helps you build lean muscle and improve body composition. When your current routine feels too easy or you can breeze through it with perfect form, it's time to level up and increase the challenge. Add a little bit more weight or volume and keep it fun. Here's how you can apply this right now. Pick one move that you do regularly, like squats or push-ups. Next time you train, try and add just one more. Either one more rep, add one more small weight, do one more extra set, or even slow down the movement to add control. Then track it. Write down what you did so you can build from it next week. And of course, don't go overboard. Even just 1% more challenging is enough to trigger progress. See, the key is consistency, not intensity. You don't have to crush yourself, you just have to improve a little over and over and over again. The bottom line is this: if you want your body to keep changing, you have to keep giving it a reason, and progressive overload is how you do that. Gradually increase the intensity to keep your body adapting to the exercise. This next part might surprise you, but before we talk about that, you're here watching this video because you have a goal, whether that's to lose weight, feel better, or have more energy. And what's the fastest way to get there? By following a simple plan that actually works. That's exactly why I created the 7-Day Health Reset. It's a free guided program where I'll text you one simple habit to focus on each week, plus a quick daily nudge to help you stay consistent and feel better naturally. No apps, no logins, no pressure. Just easy, science-backed tips to boost your energy, digestion, and your mood in under 2 minutes a day. Spots are limited each week, so click the link in the description to join me and get step-by-step support sent straight to your phone. This next part feels optional, but it's actually the secret weapon. See, most people think they just need more willpower or motivation, but what they really need is support. Getting fit isn't just about workouts and food. It's about having someone in your corner, someone who helps you stay on track even when life gets busy. Someone who reminds you why you started when you want to give up. So why is this important? Because transformation is hard to do alone. You're changing your habits, you're changing your routine, maybe you're even changing your identity. And when no one's watching or encouraging you, it's easy to skip a workout, order takeout, or quit altogether. But when you have a coach or a support system, you show up differently, you stay more consistent, and you stick with it. Even better, over time, you build self-accountability. You start doing it because it matters to you, not because someone's checking in. See, accountability increases success rate. One study showed people were 65% more likely to meet a goal when they shared it with someone else, and 95% more likely when they had ongoing accountability. And social support improves weight loss outcomes. Research on obesity has found that individuals with structured support, such as coaching or group programs, lost more weight and maintained it for more extended periods than those who went it alone. And coaching improves long-term habit change. A review showed that health coaching significantly improved adherence to exercise, diet, and behavior goals over time. Look, you don't need a coach to see results. However, a good coach can accelerate progress, help you avoid mistakes, and keep you moving when your enthusiasm wanes. They make your process smoother and more effective. And if you're looking for a coach, look for someone who listens, understands your goals, and focuses on habit building, not just quick fixes. Bonus points if they have experience or credentials in fitness, nutrition, or behavior change. And if you can't afford a coach right now, know that accountability doesn't have to cost money. find a friend, join a fitness group, or even post your goals publicly. What matters is that someone besides you knows what you're working on. One of the most effective ways to stay accountable to yourself is by tracking your daily habits. Use a calendar, a journal, or app. Set small, clear goals and check in with yourself every week. Over time, this builds internal accountability. And it doesn't mean you'll always depend on someone else if you get support. Actually, it's the opposite. Good support teaches you how to be consistent on your own. It builds confidence and structure until it becomes a part of who you are. So try this. Pick one person, a friend, partner, trainer, or even a coworker who you can share your health goals with this week. Tell them your plan, something simple, like I'm going to walk 20 minutes every day for the next 7 days. Ask them to check in with you once, or send them a quick message after each day. Keep it casual. Track it somewhere visible, a notebook, a wall calendar, or a habit app. Seeing your streak builds momentum. You don't need a cheer squad, just one person who knows you're serious. The bottom line is this. Having support and staying accountable isn't a sign of weakness. It's how strong habits are built and how results actually last. The fastest shortcut is guidance. A good coach can help you train smarter, eat better, and stay accountable. So we've discussed some simple, powerful ways to stop unhealthy habits and start building the life you want. But there's one thing we haven't discussed yet, and it might be why you've struggled with sticking to new habits. Because let's face it, motivation doesn't last forever. Even the best plans fall apart if you don't know how to stay on track when life gets messy. That's why I made a video showing you how to stay consistent even when you're tired, stressed, or not feeling it. Click this next video to learn how to build motivation that actually sticks.